Well, it's Tuesday, July 2nd, and it's so cool and pretty out here, I figured I'd make a little video of these watermelon vines and show everybody how they're doing. Man, these things are so pretty now. I've got this hay spread out here for them to grow over, and I hope it works out good. It'll be some easy walking with my bare feet when it comes time to pick them anyway, if I be lucky enough for them to make watermelons. Anyway, I'll start here at the upper end of the row. These are the Desert King watermelon vines. Supposed to be a good drought-tolerant, yellow-fleshed watermelon that's unbelievably good. I'll find out about that. Next thing is the Florida Giant. It's supposed to be like a cannonball, black diamond, same thing. It's supposed to be a good variation of it though, real good, but they were really slow to sprout. That's the reason they're no bigger than they are now. The vines aren't very long. Anyway, Florida Giant. These are the pride and joys here. These are Legacy. Beautiful vines. These were the first ones to sprout almost. There's one more down there, one more vine that sprouted about the same time, but these are supposed to be wonderful watermelons, and they're supposed to all average about 22 pounds, dark red, wonderful sweet insides, and just terrific watermelons. We'll see. Legacy. I kind of like that name too. These are Wib. Never heard of them before, but they're supposed to be one of the darkest fleshed watermelons there ever was. Dark red. It says that even long before they get ripe, the flesh will be dark red. So they're going to be absolutely wonderful if they turn out like I think they will. Okay, these are Missouri Yellow. Supposed to be a great big old fat round watermelon with yellow flesh, something like the Desert King, but probably bigger. Anyway, it's supposed to be a really good yellow meated watermelon. Next thing is the Dixie Lee. It's another one of those that looks kind of like a Crimson Sweet, but it's actually got real dark red flesh, and it's really delicious supposedly. And we're going to see how that turns out too. And these are the Diyarbakir from Anatolia in Turkey. So these are supposed to be really special watermelons. Get to weigh about 60 kilograms, which is probably close to 100 pounds. They're beautiful striped up watermelons with they don't have a real dark flesh, but it's supposed to be some of the most best tasting watermelons ever was. There's a whole town over there that thrives on nothing but these watermelons. The name of the town is actually Diyarbakir. So anyway, they were the first ones to sprout too, by the way. They're doing real good. Beautiful vines. These are the Mountain Sweet Yellow. These are long striped watermelons with yellow flesh that's supposed to weigh about 25-30 pounds a piece when they get big. We're going to find out about that. These vines are really growing good. They're probably 10 or 12 foot long right now. Beautiful vines. So they're really doing good. This was the hill that I had the Georgia Striped in, but they never did sprout. I tried to save seed from a couple of years ago and they never sprouted. So I replanted them with Legacy, and they've came up and are doing really well. Beautiful little vines. Next thing down the line, these are some of the prettiest vines out here as well. These are Orange Glow. It's not a yellow fleshed melon, it's an orange fleshed melon. They'll be striped like a rattlesnake, but they'll have orange flesh, and they're supposed to grow real good, and these vines are really showing themselves. They're all the way out here about 10 or 12 foot, so they're doing real good. The next one is the Garden Leader Monster. It's a Ferry Morris seed. It's supposed to be an heirloom seed, so it's supposed to be a big old striped watermelon that's completely delicious and scrumptious and wonderful, and I wish you'd look at the size of those leaves. That is one beautiful vine right there. Pretty leaves on that thing. Beautiful vines. Anyway, Garden Leader Monster. I'm going to try it, see how it does. Next one down is the Mountain Hoosier. It took these things almost 2 weeks to sprout. But once they did, they started growing pretty good now. But they're supposed to be a great big old round dark watermelon with red flesh that are really good, probably weigh 40-50 pounds, and wonderful flavor, old time flavor, and we'll find out about those too. Next to the last is the Sweet Cheer Hybrid. This is a Henry Fields variety. He actually came up with it. and it's supposed to be one of the better hybrids. It's a long striped watermelon, something like a Georgia rattlesnake or a Georgia striped melon, but it's supposed to have an incredible flavor and beautiful dark red flesh, so it ought to be real good. And then last but not least, the little tiny sweet Siberian plants, which I left 3 of them. They were so long to sprout and so slow to grow. I figured I'd just go ahead and leave 3 plants and try to get 1 watermelon off of each plant. Tiny little leaves, tiny little vines, tiny little blossoms. The melons are supposed to weigh about 8 or 10 pounds, but I don't know if they're ever going to do it or not, the way they're knocking along. It's supposed to be a Russian plant, and this is not Russia, so they're probably not as happy here as they would be in Russia. But anyway, I'm going to give them a try. And that's all of them. That's the complete watermelon patch. July 2nd, 2013. A lot of different varieties from all over the whole world. I'm going to give it a try. Mockingbird's out there pecking him some worms and bugs out of that hay. That is so nice. Well, I'm going to let that do it. And that's it.